Hey everyone, welcome back to Next Level Talks, the podcast where we dive deep into the stories behind the world's biggest names and bring you powerful lessons to help you level up your own life. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Elina. Today's episode is a journey into the life of a man who changed the world of technology forever. Not just by inventing things, by changing how we think about design, creativity, and innovation. This is the story of Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, the man who taught us to think differently.
Steve Jobs' story begins in the mid-1970s in Silicon Valley, California. A young college dropout, living in his parents' garage with big dreams. Aaron, did you know that Jobs wasn't the technical genius behind Apple's first computers? Yeah, actually, that was his friend Steve Wozniak. Woz was the engineer, the coder who built the hardware and wrote the software. Jobs' real gift was his ability to see the future, to imagine how computers could change lives, and then push people to bring that vision to life.
In 1976, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak founded Apple Computer, a new company that aimed to bring personal computing to the masses. But it wasn't an instant success. Aaron, I read that the Apple I was just a bare circuit board, nothing like the sleek devices we know today.
Exactly. Apple's breakthrough came with the Apple II, which introduced color graphics and an easy-to-use design, something revolutionary at the time. But Jobs wanted more than just functionality. He wanted beauty and simplicity. He believed technology should be intuitive and elegant.
Jobs was famous, or infamous, for his obsession with details. One story says that he rejected a product's color because it was too yellow. Another time he made his team redesign the circuitry just to reduce noise.
He wasn't easy to work with, that's for sure. He pushed people hard. Some called him difficult or even brutal. But his mindset was simple. If it's not perfect, it's not ready.
But sometimes even the best stories have dark chapters. In 1985, after internal struggles, Steve Jobs was forced out of Apple, the company he helped build from scratch. It was a huge blow, but he didn't give up.
Instead, he founded a new company called Next, focused on high-end computers for businesses and education. And he also bought a small animation studio called Pixar.
Pixar was a gamble. Many thought it was a side project, but Jobs believed in storytelling and technology, and Pixar's first full-length film, Toy Story, became an instant hit, changing the animation industry forever.
This period showed Jobs' genius beyond tech, his understanding of user experience and emotional connection.
In 1997, Apple was struggling. They bought Next, bringing Steve Jobs back as CEO, and the world changed.
He launched the iMac in 1998, a colorful, user-friendly computer that brought Apple back from the brink. Then came the iPod in 2001, which revolutionized music, and later the iPhone in 2007, which redefined smartphones.
Steve Jobs wasn't interested in following trends. He lived by the mantra, think different. He believed that real innovation comes from creativity and the courage to challenge the status quo.
Let's break it down. Vision over credentials. You don't need to be the smartest, but you need to see what others don't. Perfection isn't optional. Details matter, not just how something works, but how it feels. Failures are part of the journey. Getting fired didn't end Jobs, it transformed him. Innovation requires risk. Jobs bet everything on products people hadn't even imagined yet.
So whether you're building a business, a brand, or just figuring out your path, remember this. Don't settle for good enough. Push for excellence. Stay true to your vision, even when it's hard.
Because when you refuse to compromise, you don't just build products, you create legacies.
This was the story of Steve Jobs, and a reminder that greatness starts with believing in your own vision.
This was Next Level Talks. Stay focused, stay inspired, stay next level.